Welcome to episode 720 of Hard Factor. I'm Will. We got Mark, Pat, Wes, a full house today. Thanks for cheating on the news with us. It is Monday, June 28th, 2021. And the Friday watch party of Under Siege was pretty fun. Did you guys enjoy?
Oh, yeah.
I forgot how good that movie was. Also, great boobs in that movie.
Hasn't been another pair like that since, really.
Yeah, some would say the best boobs.
Some would say.
Some unique stuff about Under Siege. I mean, you just, well, yeah, I mean, that's a problematic movie. And then you never see someone show their tits and then have such a big character arc, which is, that's sex positive.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's an empowerment movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
for sure. She went from jumping out of the cake to saving everybody, basically. Oh, spoiler alert. Sorry if you haven't seen Under Siege.
If you haven't seen 1992's Under Siege.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
42-minute mark is really where you want to go.
That's the peak of the movie.
Yeah.
It's takes the cake, if you mean.
Certainly does.
All right. Only other thing I got for housekeeping. Remember, get that Green Room app by Spotify. We're going to be doing live shows. It's going to replace Sirius and Stereo that we used to do those shows where you can comment live. Now, Green Room app by Spotify is going to allow us to do that. We'll get those shows going soon. Just download the app. We'll have more details later. Anything else?
Well, if you're watching this on YouTube, you might notice that the bonus dog looks like he's in a hotel, and that's because I am. Things are fine at home. There's no trouble at home in terms of the relationship, but except for at home, it's 86 degrees because my AC is broken.
And you're in
so
Texas.
had to go. We left the cats and had to go to a Holiday Inn Express. So hopefully, I'll be much more intelligent.
better have a good show, bro.
Yeah,
We stayed at Holiday Inn Express last night. Well, no, you haven't yet.
not yet.
Do you get the
I did it.
benefits as soon as you walk in, or do you have to spend one night under their
No,
roof?
I'm feeling pretty stupid right now. So.
How's the
Not
concierge?
yet.
How's the concierge there? Pretty good.
Well, I'm a reward member. It's part of IHG, and I spent 6 weeks at Crown Plaza in England when I was working there. So, whenever I check into these places, they're like, "Thank you so much for being, the super benefit program member thing." And I'm like, "No problem."
You're
They're just
platinum level?
handing me free sodas and waters as I come in. No big deal.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Free waters. Well,
Free water bottles.
damn.
Shit.
Pretty good.
Well, that's
Lucky.
hopefully your AC gets fixed.
Yeah, that's the bigger issue.
it's a nice hotel, nice Holiday Inn Express. You're staying at.
Yep. It's great.
Nice. All right.
ERCOT
anything
coming
else?
to fuck you over, man.
Yeah, I think ERCOT got me.
Oh,
Yeah,
check
they
it out.
got you.
ERCOT definitely got you. Check it out. Tiz Clock. See it?
Beautiful.
Studio. Tiz Clock. Boom.
Great addition.
Mark's
Hell
wearing
yeah.
the bonus dog shirt. Hard Factor. Store.hardfactor.com. Lots of good stuff.
There's something wrong with your Tiz clock, Will.
What do you mean?
Well, a proper Tiz clock is always set to whatever time 69 is.
Either that or Pat, what if it's just always going way too fast? Both
or
hands are just moving.
counterclockwise.
Yeah, going
I
counterclockwise.
I should have just set it at 4:20 and kept it there.
Yeah.
Instead, I have the Tiz clock actually keeping time though. In case if you're watching, you have
Nice.
the Pacific Coast time there on the Tiz clock. Anything else though? How's the beach, Pat? Enjoy.
Oh, man. Awesome.
I mean, the beach is always pretty good. Beach with the baby though.
It's the best.
Yeah, good. Good.
How are your
I don't believe you.
how are your testicles, Pat?
Awesome. Full.
Good. Oh, full. Yeah. Same here. My daughter had her first fever over the weekend. That was fun. First fever. Nice.
Parenthood. Sick.
She's better now, though, right?
Yeah, she's feeling a lot better.
Hell yeah.
What'd you do, Wes?
I was an awesome dad. I got my first experience of taking like my buddy or my son's buddy like on a little trip to the river. So someone actually entrusted me with their kid's life.
Hell yeah.
At the river. That was fun. So yeah, got a little tan, got a little
Nice.
water action. It's pretty sweet.
Wait, you
Time
were
bad stuff.
you were with someone other than your son when you were taking those sexually
I was gonna say.
suggestive photographs?
I
Did you
was,
make-
yes.
Yeah.
Did you make the friend take those pictures?
No, I made
or-
my son take those pictures.
Come here. Come here. What's your name? I'm gonna lean back.
Hey, take a picture of me in this water.
Yeah. I had my Tiz tank on. They got to know me a little better
You
yesterday.
look good. You look good. All right, let's do the news. Daily Buzz is up first.
You want to see a man's body?
Might be the last time I get that opportunity, but that's probably a good thing.
Did you guys know that Tiz was a character?
Yeah, as long as they don't show the picture,
Yeah.
then you'll be good.
Yeah, be fun.
No, I'm sure it's fine.
Good day.
Probably some cool parents. All right, let's do it. Let's do the news. Daily Buzz is up first. Today's observances and holidays. No holidays, really. June 28th. Lots of observances. So it's Caps Lock Day. Don't know why. That's June 28th and October 22nd. 2 days for Caps Lock Day. It's Insurance Awareness Day, which is terrible. International Body Piercing Day. International Lightning Safety Day. National Ceviche Day. That's a pretty good one. National Tapioca Day. Horrible one. Operation Red Wings Observance. Paul Bunyan Day. Please Take My Children to Work Day, as in, I guess, somebody else. And then it's also Tao Day, as in Taoism.
Did you guys see that yesterday, or actually today, June 27th, was National Onion Day, and Fuddruckers used a picture that I took of their burger with onions on it as their promotion for National Onion Day. Pretty proud of that.
I saw you hashtag them with Fat Boy Summer. You think did they get back to you?
They haven't gotten back to me yet, but I also DM'd them, so we'll see.
Nice.
Did they pay you to take that picture? Is that a picture you took?
That's a picture I took, tagged them, and then they later took it and used it for National Onion Day on their.
That's
on their
amazing.
Twitter. Yeah, pretty good.
That's not as good as them paying you for it, but that's
no,
awesome.
it's not. No. Hopefully, something will come of it. Fat Boy Summer
the
sponsor.
definition of a free ad at this point, but maybe not eventually. But
yeah,
nice work, Wes. Speaking of Tao Day, do you know Taoism? It's like the original Mandalorians. It literally means.
Is it Tao or Tao? I think it's Tao, right?
Well, it's Tao. In the way I pronounce it, it's Tao, because I don't want anybody to be confused. It's and they're like the original Mandalorians. It literally means the way. Like, this is the way.
Oh man, that's a chill ass religion.
Tao. This is the way.
Yeah,
the way of the universe. That's pretty cool. Today in history, June 28th in 1838. Victoria was crowned the Queen of England. She had a 63-plus year reign. In 1914, Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary was assassinated in Bosnia, eventually led to the start of World War I. And in 1919, the Treaty of Versailles was signed to end World War I. So pretty much exactly 5 years on that one. And then finally, in 2007, the bald eagle was removed from the endangered and threatened species list.
Hell yeah.
Pretty good day.
Nice.
Huge.
Yeah. Bald eagle's pretty badass.
And then a hunter went out and shot one on that day.
I mean, there's enough of them.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
The population could survive a few hunters now, which is nice.
Load up the truck. They're off the list.
They will be persecuted viciously.
Yeah, that's a crime. That's a big crime. Yeah.
Bald eagle in America. Don't you even think about it.
You know what'd be sick though, is if you did happen to come across one and then you put a drone. I'm just saying, and then you stuffed it and you put a drone inside its body.
Whoa.
And then you had like a bald eagle flying around your property for like 4th of July.
If you were like, if Game of Thrones was real life and you could get an animal that you could go into, bald eagle would clearly be like top 2. Right?
What's up with that bald eagle? How come it's not moving in space?
No, you bring it out later in the afternoon after everyone's had a couple pops.
Yeah, it's got to be at dusk.
Put a little sound effect in there.
Yeah.
Do you think it would look? I think you'd need a few years before it would look good. But
I don't know, man. I mean, if I don't give a shit if someone has got a bald eagle drone that they're cruising around a party, I'm satisfied.
That's alarming. That's a scary ass drone.
If it was real feathers, if they did like a freedom funnel bald.
No. It's an actual bald eagle, bro.
Right. No, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. Oh, I get it.
Whoever's spying on you is out for blood if they've got a stuffed bald eagle drone.
Yeah, the U.S. government.
Yeah.
They're not happy with that. Again,
died of natural causes, bro.
Do not attack a bald eagle. That I didn't. Okay, number 5. It's a 5-piece Daily Buzz today. Sydney, Australia, is going back into a 2-week lockdown for the Delta variant of COVID-19. Which I would like to say, fuck that. Just quit it already. Coronavirus. Stop fucking with everybody. And what's that? Oh, this just in. The World Health Organization also wants the entire world to start wearing masks and social distancing again due to the Delta variant. So Just fucking horrible news with
Jeez.
COVID-19.
the people that didn't ring the alarm bells in time.
Right. They still
Original.
don't. They still can't tell you where it came from 18 months
Yeah.
later. But they want you to get ready for round 2.0 and start ruining your life again.
The organization that I would say is directly responsible for millions of deaths.
Yeah, they're trying to tell everybody what to do.
Okay.
Again. Awesome time.
This is like they're gonna have the same experience that like an 8-year-old does the day after his birthday, where like on his birthday, everyone's like, "Cool, whatever you want, bud," and then the next day he tries to like be like, "All right, everyone, mask up again," and they're like, "Nah, man, we're over it. We'd rather die."
Yeah, fuck that. We're
There's
not
just
going
no
to that
chance.
party.
Yeah.
Just not gonna happen.
No.
No, I can't. Could you imagine him trying to enforce a new lockdown in the U.S. right
What-
now? I mean, it would be riots.
Even if the variant was murdering people like this is just how America is. They'd be like, fuck it.
not a second year, no chance.
Good luck trying to get me to buy another mask. Once my masks that I have right now are all gone, there's no chance I'm buying. I'm not spending another penny unless they hand them out. Not a penny more. on
Now,
masks.
what I will do though is I will absolutely support vengeance against people that didn't vax and then are somehow spreading the Delta variant, which essentially is like undoing
That's
the work that we
everyone,
did with wearing masks. Like that pisses me off.
But that's what the Delta variant's doing. It's getting people that aren't vaxxed. Yeah.
Right. Well, it's more intense.
Shut them down.
It's more intense too if you get it.
If you're vaxxed, you're not in jeopardy of like getting hospitalized.
it barely
from the Delta
brings down the
variant. Yeah.
effective rates of the vaccine compared to the regular variant. of
It's just
COVID.
bad for the people that aren't vaxxed. They're getting fucked up by
I say,
this.
come hard, Delta variant.
Yeah.
You just booked your Australian trip because you thought everything was over. And then
Well, see, you got to be careful about international travel until
Yeah,
it's like
no,
all the
dude.
way over because you could just get stranded wherever you are. I read there was like a Delta variant plus too.
Well,
Well,
maybe
Delta
that's
Plus is more legroom. It's
That's true. Yes,
the roomier
that's
version.
good.
It's true. I mean, you know what's bullshit if you try to move from a regular seat to even Delta Plus when the flight isn't full
Do you
and they
think-
catch you.
I mean, the plus means
They'll say
nothing
no.
because the seats are so slender. If they were wider seats, it'd be worth it. The slenderness of the seats means to me that the leg room is
Because you're a
basically
wider
medium.
guy, Will. You're
Yeah.
a wider. Okay, but for taller guys, it's great.
Well, my knees hit the thing, whether it's like I'm having trouble getting the table down in front of me.
If you're on
whether
the
it's
upgrade list, you'll
plus
take.
or
Are
not.
these
You'll take
seats
the Delta
girthy
Plus.
enough? They're not, are they? These aren't
No.
girthy enough. No.
Does this look like a plus seat to you? That's what I'm going to ask them next time.
Everyone's concerned about length. Not a lot of people realize that girth's important too.
Hey, I'm a plus size guy, and these plus size seats aren't cutting it.
False advertising. That's what I say to the
Shaped
plus.
like a chode.
Can we get the seats turned sideways?
That would be
Yeah,
ideal.
we got some chode like fellers in aisle 17 that are having a problem.
All right. Number 4, rest in peace to former Senator from Alaska, Mike Gravel, is a Democrat. He was a 2-term anti-war politician who much later in life tried to run for president as a libertarian. And this was his 2020. I don't know if it was Democrat or Libertarian 2020, but Gravel 2020, an anti-war presidential candidate in the USA. The Gravalanche meets moderate rebels. And he's like,
Ooh.
the peace sign with sunglasses and a mustache. I'm very upset we missed interviewing him for the 2020 campaign.
Gravalanche is a hell of a nickname.
Gravalanche, pretty awesome. Yeah. So Mike Gravel, he was a senator in Alaska from 1969 to 1981. He once famously filibustered the Vietnam War draft by reading the leaked Pentagon papers on the Senate floor. He got through 4,100 of the 7,000 pages. So hell of a filibuster once upon a time. R.I.P. Mike Gravel. He passed away on Saturday at the age of 91.
That's a Gravalanche, 4,100 pages.
Mm-hmm. Gravalanche is going to get you. That's an awesome name. Number 3, UFO report came out, keeping it in the government. Came out last Friday, and it was an epic letdown. It was a 9-page report from the federal government that said they have at least 80 confirmed UFO, what they call UAP, reports across multiple sensors. So that means like, things in the sky that were confirmed on multiple different ways that they were there. And that even 18 of those demonstrated unknown technology that we wouldn't know how they're moving the way they are. But the government then said they have no idea at all what they are at all. there's probably a bunch of different kinds, and they need intensely more money, more funding to someday maybe or maybe not know what the UAPs are.
So it was a cash grab.
Yeah, basically 9 pages of hot air and a funding request. The video leaks are a million times better than the report since they include actual details. The footage you can see, there was no details at all of all the confirmed encounters, basically besides just the general stuff we already know.
Didn't we kind of call this?
Yeah, that it would be, that it would suck. Yeah.
They would leave like all the important stuff out. Yeah.
9 pages is fucking, that's
Right.
something fishy about that, man.
Two of it is appendices. I mean, so it's really a 7-page report. And one's a title page.
That's
so
my
really
favorite
6.
trick. That's my favorite trick to extend the document, like with a bunch of like intros and outros.
Bring in the margins.
Double space.
Yeah, they were
Courier new.
all over those tricks.
Cover page.
If it was in Comic Sans, I would have shit my pants. I mean, I was pretty upset when it came out, but as you could imagine, glad I had a weekend to cool down after reading that one. Number 2, another bad one. Update on the Miami Surfside building collapse. At the time of recording, there's 150 people still missing and 9 confirmed dead at the time of taping. Turns out an engineer's report in 2018 warned that the building was having trouble getting water away from its foundation, and now the rescue teams have had to dig a ditch 40 feet deep to aid in the search for survivors as the wreckage collapsed so far into the wet ground. Sending love to the families impacted by this tragic incident.
It's so sad. It's really sad. I heard that it's not good news, obviously, and that some of the engineers or experts are saying there's not a lot of pockets of air where people could survive this long. So it's not good.
Down so far underground.
Yeah.
I mean,
I kind of purposely avoided the coverage of this. So
it's
could
all
someone
depressing.
Cliff's notes me?
I mean, that was pretty much it.
That was it.
It was a horrible. Oh yeah, you were off Friday show. So it was a horrible collapse. There's videos out there.
I saw. I saw the videos.
The surveillance video of it. You could see the aftermath, where basically a 12-story building went down to nothing. And the reason why turns out it sunk really far into the ground because I guess the building,
the pool area, the pool area wasn't. Yeah, the pool area wasn't disposing of water outside far enough or whatever from the building, so the building's foundation itself kept getting too wet and was getting destroyed over time.
And so when it sank really fucking hard, and just tons of people still missing in the wreckage.
Jeez,
they were all asleep. Everyone was in their building at home asleep.
Early morning Thursday.
Building collapse, and it's looking like knock on wood, but it's not looking good for the 150 missing people. No,
that 9 confirmed dead at the time of taping is probably expected to go up, considering 150 still not found, and it's Sunday night as we're recording this. So again, thoughts and prayers to everybody impacted by that terrible event. And number 1 in the buzz today is sports. Obviously, the weekend, lots of sports happen. I'm going to try to run through this really quick because it's a ton of updates. In the US Olympics news, Simone Biles, she's getting ready for a big record-setting Olympics this year in Tokyo. So keep your eye on that once they start. Also, the 3rd place hammer thrower trended during the Olympic trials. This is why the Olympic stuff was trending for turning away from the flag during the anthem. So, flag protests always trends. Next, college baseball. The NC State baseball team got kicked out of the College World Series due to COVID protocols. And then the NCAA bragged about big crowd sizes with no masks right after kicking NC State out. So now the final is going to be Vanderbilt, who moved on by default, versus Mississippi State.
Yeah, and it was like I read something, I don't know if it's true on Twitter, but like they went against the protocol. So they tested all the non-vax players, and then they also tested the vax players, and it was one of the vax players that came back with a positive result, and that's why they fucking
crushed with positives. And then eventually they just kicked them out. But
it's ridiculous.
This sucks. I mean, it sucks. They made it that far.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a vax player. It's terrible.
It sucks because it's also a lot of those kids last like really important game ever.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
It's like the end of their careers for 99%.
Nobody wins.
Yeah.
Except
terrible.
Except Vanderbilt.
Like, to their credit, they just kept it close to the vest. Like, we're just staying in our lane. We're just moving on.
Oh, they're just being quiet until it all blows over.
But the NCAA, I mean, they're the real dickheads in this situation. going after NC State, basically.
Yeah, there's no one on Vanderbilt that is not super stoked. They are so happy that
Of
happened.
course,
Yeah.
but it's good for them to
Oh,
not.
they hope it happens.
Not publicly.
They hope it happens again. They don't have to play the championship game. Just give them the trophy.
Right. But it leaves us with the Vanderbilt versus Mississippi State final in the College World Series, which reminds me a lot of what a Canadiens versus Islanders Stanley Cup final would have felt like in the NHL. But thankfully, we won't have that because the Lightning won Game 7 on Friday night. So it's Montreal versus Tampa in the NHL Finals. Game 1 is tonight, Monday night. Soccer in the Euros, Denmark crushed Wales to start off the second round of the Euros. Now it's in the bracket format. Italy finally conceded a goal, but still beat Austria. And the Czech Republic surprisingly upset the Netherlands with the help of a red card. And Belgium dispatched Portugal in a very low-scoring game. I thought there'd be more goals, but today Croatia faces Spain and France faces Switzerland. In the NBA playoffs, Devin Booker's broken nose and his girlfriend Kendall Jenner were trending while the Suns went up 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals. Basically, the broken nose and Kendall Jenner are bigger news because the Suns are going to just walk through that series, it looks like. The Bucks tied things up with the Hawks 1-1, and Game 3 is about to tip off while we tape. What's up with this golf tournament, fellas? A playoff that went.
I think it's still fucking. I think it's still going right now.
Kidding me?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
It's the Travelers.
Travelers.
Yeah, but Kramer Hickok and Harris English are as of right now.
Neither of them wanted to win, huh?
Yeah, they went through 5 playoff holes. I don't know what's going on right now. It looks like they're still going.
Really taking their time on figuring out who's going to win that golf tournament from this last weekend. And finally, by far the biggest trend, fellas, in sports. Maybe the biggest trend, period, over the weekend. Tour de France pileup caused by the sign lady. So here's the video if you haven't seen it.
That sign right there, Phil. Oh my goodness.
So it's a woman who's holding up a sign cheering on her grandparents for some reason. She's standing directly on the edge of the Tour de France
she
road.
clotheslined a cyclist.
Not even a protester. Okay.
Yeah, no, just she's saying "Ale Opie Omi," which is "Go grandparents." Like her nickname for her grandparents.
Took that dude out.
This is fun.
Awesome.
Sometimes when like better definitions than what's currently in the dictionary come up of a certain word, it's exciting. And this is a better definition of the word jackass. You can't.
Oh yeah.
You cannot better define jackass than this fucking lady.
That's jackassery. They're still looking for her.
She
got
fled.
away. Yeah,
Like really?
Had she stayed and faced the music,
they're gonna find out who she is.
Oh man, you don't destroy the first stage of the Tour de France and get away with it in France.
No. In fact, Mark,
they're gonna kill her.
The tour is going to sue her into oblivion. They've already announced it. They basically have announced she's public enemy #1 in France, and she's going down.
She's gonna be needing. She's gonna be sign lady for the rest of her life because she's gonna be begging for money.
Well, she's done.
This is someone should have done something to her earlier in her life to set her fucking straight, and they didn't. Someone had an opportunity.
Grandma and grandpa maybe be to blame for this.
This piece of shit, absolutely. Some other time before this, she looks to be like late 20s, 30s. Some other time she thought, this is about me. Everything's about me, and I'm gonna do me. And no one said, hey, it's not about fucking you. Back down because you could hurt someone.
Do you think though that this could
Here we are.
Do you think though that this could be a little bit? She's just too. She's gone too nuts after lockdown. She's getting a little bit too fancy with.
Are you fucking kidding me, man? She
wasn't even a good sign.
She stepped onto the field of play.
Yeah,
she stepped onto the fucking field of play
with an object,
blocking the field of play when people are on a fucking bicycle going 40 miles an hour.
How fast do you think she ran when she saw like 80 bikes go down?
She dropped that sign quick.
Yeah.
She had to have a getaway.
Well, fingerprints.
The closest equivalent to this field of play is golf. That's the closest equivalent because the Tour de France is massive. You can get near it. Golf has the rope, like the string that you don't cross. But we all saw when Phil Mickelson, when there was that golf riot. But like, I don't know what the equivalent in golf would be like. Maybe like
she single-handedly Stanford banded.
There's nothing you can do.
Remember when like
that would be like this.
the college football game where like the Stanford band ran on the field too early
Yeah.
during the kick return. She did that without an entire band. It was just her.
But the
She
Stanford
ruined
band
the race.
was supposed to be there. That's a different story. They missed their cue. This lady didn't have a fucking cue.
It's just shit.
She
Well, it's
wanted
like,
to say hi to grandma and
what's it-
grandpa.
Yeah.
Caught the home run away from the Cubs.
Oh, yeah.
And the Orioles guy too.
Yeah. It's like kind of like that, except like
Yeah.
in terms of like game changingness. But it's more hilarious though, because watching all that many bicyclists pile up on each other was funny. You got it.
It's great.
This dumb fucking bitch. She thought it was like her big day. Look, the TV cameras
It
are there
was.
not
Oh,
because
it
of you, you
was.
fucking idiot. It's because these men trained really goddamn hard. That's why the TV cameras are there.
But
And you
Pat-
fucked their day up.
It's awesome. I'm
Yeah.
so glad it happened.
Cyclists falling over is so
It's
funny.
so funny.
She looks like a jackass too. You know what was really
Well, she
cool though?
is.
I gotta say, I never watched the Tour de France before, but the drone coverage that they're getting of the pack, right over
Really
the
good.
shoulders of the pack, it's
Yeah.
like a living organism watching the pack. It's pretty cool.
It's really
you can see the guys peeing and pooping while they're on their bikes.
It's always been good.
You can
visually.
smell it.
Tour de France has always been good visually because like lots of good like also aerial shots and stuff of like the winding roads and shit. It's very nice.
What
But
a fucking idiot.
Sign Lady ruined it for everybody, and that's the buzz.
Yeah. She and it's the only time that's the only thing I'm gonna watch of the whole Tour de France. It's
I know exactly. I'm with you, Wes. Who cares?
It probably gave it a nice little bump, you know.
It did. Gave it a huge
For
bump.
sure. Luckily, it wasn't on downhill. Otherwise, they all would have died. They're fine.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
This is my moment.
Fuck those cyclists. All right, guys. I don't know if you knew this. California is having another historic drought. Not sure when they aren't in a historic drought, honestly. But they're in another one, or the ones supposedly that ended in 2019 just never ended. Not sure. But of course, with droughts come water restrictions and increased risk of PG&E starting another huge wildfire. But humans are not the only things affected by drought. Of course, wildlife is also impacted. Add that to the combination of urban development creeping into the natural habitat of California's wildlife, and you have a recipe to get your ass fucked up by some bears and rattlesnakes, which is what is currently happening across the state. Rattlesnakes especially are seeking refuge from the drought and from being displaced by bulldozers, and there are a record number of them showing up around people's homes. So,
Oh, that's
yeah.
fun.
There's a little, that's what they look like. There's a big rattlesnake for you. Yeah. So here's what a rattlesnake can do to a dog if it doesn't kill it. This is actually a pretty hilarious picture. The dog survived.
Oh no!
It's a golden retriever with a
Oh
fucked
my
up
god!
He got him good.
He's getting extra kibble for the next week. What a
Oh,
cute
yeah.
what a cute but poor
He
guy.
gets soft food for like a month after.
Oh,
that.
Yeah, I think he has to first get soft food before he gets the kibble because his mouth is fucked.
He's
It-
big.
Have you guys ever seen a rattler?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man,
there's a
I've
bunch
never
of
been
those.
more scared in my fucking
There's a
life
bunch in
than,
Reno.
than hearing one walking
When
up
I
on
was-
it.
When I was I think I was working for Austin SSC and maybe playing, we were doing the kickball thing out in Del Valley, and there was 3 baby rattlesnakes in the men's room. They had to come and like bring them out. I was like, well, where's the mom?
Yeah, wait till they're done. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. They're around. Well, funny story is I took the dog that I care about to get rattlesnake trained like 5 years ago. And what you do is you take your dog to this guy's house out in the country where he has a bunch of rattlesnakes that he's defanged. So then they puts a snake in the yard, and then he put a shock collar on my dog Bonnie. So when Bonnie goes up to investigate the snake, he shocks the fuck out of her because he gets
That's smart.
They get a whiff. They get a whiff of how the rattlesnake smells, and then they associate that smell with danger.
Yeah.
But all it really did is make her hate car rides for a month and collars.
Wait, what about the other dog?
Joe, he doesn't have rattlesnake training. Yeah, he's big enough; he'll survive.
Wes was only fooled once. Joe wasn't around back then.
Yeah, but Joe wasn't around.
What'd that
It
cost you, Wes?
It was like $300.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't cheap.
That's a
And
Wes special right there.
Yeah,
Wes was that guy's only client all month.
yeah. Well, there was quite a
Really?
few actually out there. No, there was a few people out there getting their dog shocked to hell.
When Wes said when the guy picked up the phone, Wes was like, I'm calling for about the rattlesnake training. He's like, huh? Oh, yeah.
He figured it out on the fly.
No, he.
Come on.
Oh
over.
yeah, that one.
Yeah, we're
This
still
guy
doing
had a
that.
full
He
operation.
just
man.
yells at the dogs.
Yeah, he sucks the shit out of them. But
That's
yeah,
funny training.
yeah. But one snake remover, the Guardian's book, this guy Len Ramirez says this is the worst he's seen it since beginning his business back in 1985. Also blaming it on development. He says he removed up to like 60 snakes one time from this person's property. They hide under like anything, including playground equipment. So your kids basically can't go outside in these areas unless you hate them. Also, according to the article, veterinarians have reported that numbers of abandoned babies or injured animals brought into their centers and animal sightings, especially bears, are increasing. They're seeing bears in places they've never seen before because of all the development and the drought. Songbirds carrying West Nile virus are showing up in people's backyards. Mosquitoes are thriving in these conditions. They're like, the stagnant water and man-made pipes and ponds. It's like my neighbor's fucking tub next to his house. It's just stagnant water. And they've warned California residents that West Nile viruses are going to go up a lot because of this drought.
Cool.
So,
That's
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Can't catch a break.
Yeah, everything you don't want near you is coming closer to you in California because of the drought, in search of water, food, rodents, rattlesnakes, bears, cockroaches, hipsters. So
Right,
California
is like just about to
Yeah.
kick up, right?
But we
Not
found out if you need medicine for like anything, you can just steal it from California. So
yeah, you can.
That's
Yeah, in
true.
San Francisco, just go into the farm Walgreens and you
Under
got what you want.
$950.
if you got a boo-boo, just go steal some Band-Aids.
You do not do that around the Korean shop owners in Los Angeles. That's a Northern California thing, guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, San Francisco particularly. Yeah. So yeah, be careful out there, California.
They pack
Don't move
heat.
to Austin.
All right, guys. One of the greatest outstanding lawsuits of our time was resolved yesterday or the day before yesterday, this weekend. Ringo Starr and Ringo Cockrings have come together and settled Ringo Starr's lawsuit saying, hey, you're profiting off my name. You see, Sir Ringo, he was knighted after all, as I'm sure all the Beatles were. If the drummer is knighted by Her Majesty, then at least a few others in the band are, unless you're in the band Rush. Am I right?
Has to be everybody else,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Unless you're Neil Peart. Anyway, let me get back to the story.
Sorry,
Sir-
Mark. Your pronunciation of
Yeah, Mark,
Ringo
who are the four
is
members of the
killing
Beatles?
Ringo.
You got George Harrison, you got Paul McCartney, you got John
Ringo
Lennon, and you
Starr?
got
Is it not Ringo? How do you pronounce it?
Ringo.
Ringo.
Okay, there you go.
Ringo.
Ringo Starr. Anyway, let me get back to the story. Sir Ringo sued the sex toy maker of Ringo, Cockring, saying that the name was too similar to his and that the product was ruining his reputation.
Oh,
Starr's
no.
lawyers complained that the brand was identical in appearance, sound, and connotation, so they knew how to pronounce Ringo, and pronounce to Ringo's own name, which he has already trademarked, guys. Ringo Cockrings rebutted with, hey, we actually capitalize the O most of the time, so what's the big deal? But Starr's lawyers fired back with, well, what were the fixing a hole, all you need is love, hold me tight, and hard days, nights campaigns all about then? Isn't that a little bit too much of a coincidence?
Good question.
The you really got a hold on me campaign, while accurate, is just clearly a nod to the Beatles. The cock ring that will keep you hard 8 days a week. It's a real star with 2 R's was just a dead giveaway.
See, how did you hit all these Beatles puns and think his name was Ringo?
Whatever. The Ringo. Here it is.
He
It's
lived in
part
England
of-
for 6 weeks.
I was right near Liverpool. The Ringo is part of the Screaming O range of cock rings, which apparently has sold over 25 million products around the world. So in the end, they said the two of us can come together and offer up a fair settlement. And that's exactly what they did, paying an undisclosed amount to Starr, whose real name is Richard Starkey. And growing up with Richard as a first name, I could see why he would think cock rings are mocking him.
Mhm.
Right? Yeah.
No, but this is, look, getting a cock ring named after you, especially one that does that well, is way better than like a sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
al-
he's also 80, so he probably can't get a boner even with a cock ring. So that's also
Yeah,
probably
but-
insulting. Yeah.
That's
yeah,
still,
but if it keeps half the blood in there, that's better than none, right?
That's true.
So you know what's interesting about trademarks is it's per class. So I just looked, and trademark class 10 is both medical apparatuses and sexual activity devices, which I really doubt Ringo
he didn't
had
get
that
that one.
class. Maybe he did. I don't know.
he got entertainment. He has
Well-
Ringo in entertainment.
I think he knew he was going to lose. They settled out of court, probably for not much money and a few cock rings. But look, the Beatles are a 5-star band, pretty much the only great reviews for Ringo, Starr, and the lads. And that got me to thinking: is the Ringo cock ring worthy of the name? So I dug up some reviews. You guys want to hear them?
Yes.
Please.
Okay. First up, from Raleigh. 1 star, they break easily. 2 have broken, they just split. 2 have already broken, not worth the price. They just split at a weak spot. Won't ever order again.
They're like a cheap drumstick.
Yeah.
2 at a time they're ordering.
Yeah. Next up, no, they came in 3 packs. You see?
Oh, okay.
3 different sizes: the big, the middle, and the little. Next review.
Hold on, Mark. Put the Ringo.
Yeah.
It looks more like those gummies.
It does look like gummies.
Yeah, less than like Ringo Starr. It looks more like a candy.
It does.
The harder one looks like it would like it's a real challenge.
There's a thick one.
That is a thick thing.
I think that might come up in the
wheel
reviews.
thick.
Yeah. Tony Humphrey says 5 stars. She was very happy. The 2 tighter rings placed together make for a very beneficial outcome. This made me harder than I have ever been. Just be careful using them too often, as they can desensitize things. Also, the smaller rings will not fare well if you place them around your testicles too. Mine broke pretty quick that way. So 5 stars, but it's still broke. Let's move on to the third review here. It says 1 star from GE. No stretch, only 1 fits. I was only able to use the larger one around all my parts, and that was even tight.
This is a pretty common theme in any sex toy review, because we've done a couple of these and it's always like too small.
Yeah, exactly, Pat. But you might be thinking some of these guys are just, saying that because they want to online. Not maybe number 4, but he shows a picture of his broken cock ring saying 1 star, not worth the purchase. This is stretches.
DM me for action pics.
How do you get a black one?
Stretches with good comfort. Oh, they come in all different colors.
Oh, okay.
Stretches with good comfort, but not durable. This was my 3rd order in all of Snap. So why'd he go back?
Right.
He's pulling them apart.
They're running a sale.
All right, 2 more reviews, guys. From one more. Let's get a 5-star review back in there.
Okay.
From Marty W. Morris says, my favorite cock rings, 5 stars. It's my favorite product of this type. I buy them over and over again. They don't. They don't last forever, and whatever you do, don't use coconut oil with them, or they will disintegrate.
Holy shit!
He learned that the hard way.
Marty likes to experiment. That's for sure. They should have brought him in as a research and development product tester.
This guy's got his full name on his account.
Marty W. Morris,
oil.
Esquire,
6th Street, St. Paul, Minnesota. He's like, what the?
Yeah. Okay, and last one.
Picture. He has an avatar.
He doesn't
on
care.
Amazon.
The guy loves cock rings. No
Coconut
shame.
oil with him.
Last one from Marv. It says 5 stars, titled Ringo. Exclamation point. It says, I really like this product. I like to put on multiple rings at the same time to keep my penis honest. Highly recommend listening to the Beatles while enjoying this product.
why didn't you hit publish, Mark?
I did, but it takes 3 days to go through, Pat. It didn't go through yet. I did hit publish.
Thank God.
Yeah. So
I'm
that'll be
gonna check and make sure that you publish that.
Oh, for sure. I did. Well, the real question is, will Amazon let that review go through or not?
Right, because you don't maybe. Well, I'm sure they do, right? They
Gotta
just won't have
listen
the
to the Beatles.
verified purchaser check.
Well, if there's a lawsuit involved and they know I'm fucking with Ringo, they might not. All right, guys, we got a new sponsor today. Dinner time can be chaotic, but with Freshly, it's easy. Their chefs take care of your meals a few nights a week and take the pressure off of you. Freshly offers chef-made, nutrient-packed, delicious meals delivered fresh to your door, no cooking required. Grocery shopping and cooking can be a pain, right? Especially right now. And with Freshly, you don't have to. Your meals arrive cooked and fresh every week, so you can keep your fridge stocked and skip the trip to the store. Ordering is very easy. Just visit freshly.com and choose from over 30 delicious, satisfying, better-for-you meals like steak peppercorn, home-style chicken with mac and cheese and green beans, or my favorite one I've had so far, the sausage baked penne. Delicious. Freshly can fit your lifestyle with a variety of plans and meals to pick from that work for your dietary needs, preferences, tastes, and family size. And now our listeners can try Freshly for just $6.16 per meal. Did you hear me? $6 a meal. Yeah. Stop searching the internet for healthy food near me every night and start living life freshly. Your meals are always delivered fresh, never frozen, and are ready to heat and enjoy in just 3 minutes with new meals added each week. Freshly brings the convenience of chef-made nutritionist designed classics right to your kitchen. Right now, Fresh is offering our listeners $40 off your first 2 orders when you go to freshly.com/hardfactor. Stop stressing about dinner. Go to freshly.com/hardfactor for $40 off your first 2 orders. That's freshly.com/hardfactor to get $40 off your first two orders.
This is another one freshly where one of the hosts, Will, has used it in the past. Like I used it when I was in much better shape and eating better. I had freshly membership,
and look what happened to you after you stopped.
Fantastic, right? I stopped. Everything went down the drain. I got to get back on freshly.
Yeah, I've been a dirty little freshly boy before. It's really good. It's really fantastic.
It is good.
Yeah. Okay, guys, time for the Tik Tok International Moment. What's up? So here's the deal. TikTok loves international stories. I got a 3-pack of them coming at you quick. We're going to go to Australia to talk to some scientists about bees, and then we're going to kick it over to the Republic of China. Some interesting COVID news. Maybe someone's up for an award. I don't know. And then back down under, kind of. Okay. Do you guys know that guy in high school who was like probably the last person on earth that should be passing on his genetic mediocrity to future generations, but ends up having like 7 kids with 8 different women? You know that guy?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. Well, imagine if he didn't need Malibu rum in his hatchback to procreate. He could just do it at will. It would collapse entire societies. It would be like a global Florida if every time he beat off, a kid came out. And that's exactly what's been happening to the hives of the African lowland honeybee, guys. Scientists in Australia have recently discovered that a rival subspecies, the South African Cape honeybee, which has the ability to create perfect copies of themselves, aka clone themselves at will, asexually, have been sneaking into the African lowland hives and cloning the shit out of themselves and then eating all the food and refusing to do any work.
Oh, they're just taking them over.
Yeah, these clones literally will not work. Their whole existence now is cloning their asses in the lowland honeybees' hives and then just depleting the resources. The Cape bees have effectively
taken by the South African bees.
Yeah, they're just sleeping on their couch until foreclosure, pretty much.
Them of resources until they're the only bees left.
Exactly. They're like your.
Well, there's a lot of us here. This hive's going to go downhill quick.
Big time. Guys, the Cape bees have effectively made all the lowland bees the equivalent of the cuck dad on an episode of Maury, tricking them into raising the baby clones because they think they're their own. And, finding out that it's not your kid has got a sting, right? Researchers have identified a single bee, one bee who lived in 1990 that has cloned itself millions upon millions of times in the last 30 years and is single-handedly responsible for the collapse of 10% of African lowland honeybees colonies every year. Just this one bee.
They
like
killed
a
the
black
bee?
hole.
No, they can't, Wes. They can't because there's so many clones of this fucker.
Oh yeah, it's the same
It's just
bee.
the ultimate Florida man. Where it's like,
If they kill the original, do the other ones die, Pat?
Yeah.
no, they don't.
He's long dead. He's
gotta
long
try
dead. Bees can't survive that.
It's like a dirtbag Eddie Murphy or like the Duggars. Like they're just, taking over. Anyway, it's terrible.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So they don't. These other bees, they don't pollinate. But they could. Scientists could potentially take this bee and study it and clone, hopefully clone beneficial honeybees.
Well, here's the
maybe
deal.
one day.
Bees can reproduce asexually, right? That's why a queen is a queen of a hive. Now, most queens and derivative offspring shuffle DNA, right? So essentially, they're not all the exact same.
Mhm.
But this is the only species that they've ever found that doesn't shuffle DNA. So it's just an exact clone.
One asshole.
Yeah, after another. And they're literally just freeloading. That's what they do. They just clone themselves and freeload.
Fuck you, mate. I'm not gonna work.
The best part is that the article said they just refuse to do any work.
Oh yeah.
They're asked. They're constantly asked, but they refuse.
Yep.
Fuck you
Oh.
and your pollen.
Man, rent's in the mail. It's terrible. The only bee I'm interested in cloning, guys, is boobies, right? No?
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on. A Chinese lab, specifically the lab suspected of leaking the coronavirus, has been nominated for a top science award in China. Okay. According to reports, the Chinese Academy of Sciences has nominated the Wuhan Institute of Virology for its 2021 Outstanding Science and Technology Achievement Prize for the most comprehensive and systematic identification research of the etiology of COVID-19. That's like giving the Medal of Valor to an arsonist firefighter for always being first on the scene.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know,
you
man.
had You had the stats on this virus so fast. It was incredible. How could you have done it?
Billy over here is always he's fighting the fire before you guys are even in your truck. I don't know how he does it.
I mean, that's got to be a troll.
They're trolling
Right.
us.
That's
They're
a
trolling
troll.
the entire world.
That's
Right.
a troll in the world,
Trolling
giving them a top award. That's
They're trolling everybody.
That's a sick prank.
Is it a troll, or does it just show that the purpose of Chinese science and technology is to fuck the rest of the world up? It
It's
could
a
also
troll.
be that.
It's either the worst conceived cover-up attempt of all time, or it's a troll. I think it's probably a troll.
Right. What you're saying, Pat, is still one and the same. It's like a troll saying that, what you just said. Yeah.
These guys knew more about the virus than anyone.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it?
What am I going to do about it?
No, I'm just saying that's what it's saying. They're saying
That's what they are saying.
Yeah. We're gonna give them another award.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're gonna keep giving them awards. What are you gonna do about it? Yeah.
Gives them a second award from America.
And they fingered our buttholes when we went over there, man.
Yeah, they're just trolling us. They're trolling
The
everybody.
butthole fingering was next level.
Yeah.
Foreigner, we're gonna have to give you an inspection here.
You didn't have to go so you'd have to rub Tabasco sauce in their eyes afterwards.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the butthole. They were trolling people from the start. They had the head nets. The guys catching people in head nets at the beginning. They were trolling their own citizens with that, and then they trolled everybody else with the butt thumbs, and then now this.
China's a real problem. Okay, last one, guys. Let's take it down under by way of Mars Chapel, England, to a place where there are no rules, just right. That's right. I'm talking about Outback Steakhouse. Guys, a post made on the Mars Chapel, England Outback Steakhouse Facebook seeking a Sheila with nice bazookas has created quite the backlash in the small British village of Mars Chapel. Now, before you pass judgment, I think I should read the post in its entirety so you can have all the facts, but I am terrible at an Australian accent. So I'm going to read the first part of it, and then our Australian correspondent, Will, is going to read the Australian part. So the post goes like this. And I assume that Charlotte, who this person is referencing in this post, maybe, I don't know, is the person that handles their Facebook. As it's Charlotte's day off from handling PR and administration stuff, here I'm covering today. There is a Saturday shift available here at the Outback. So here it goes.
Here's the ad. Vacancy for Sheila with nice bazookas. Must have a great smile and smart lower regions, but not talk a lot. Okay. Must be fully conversant with Aussie footy 4x4s and eat steak cooked no more than medium rare. Being nice to the landlord at all times will result in an undisclosed bonus system which the landlady needs no knowledge of, ever. Tattoos, body piercings, Botox, silicone implants are all allowed, but must be read or checked by the landlord on a weekly basis. Uniform is provided to the lucky Sheila. Please message Charlotte for an interview. Good day, mates. Winky emoji.
So there you go. Right. So they were, they're hiring a server, and they threw it down Aussie style. Now, guys, residents were outraged, but Frank Walsh, the owner of the Outback, or landlord, as he likes to be called, spent about 10 years in Australia after joining their Royal Navy as an engineer. And he said the post is just typical Aussie banter. It's a joke.
Classic, mate.
Yeah. All of our friends got it right away. You didn't. Of course, I'm not going to check tattoos, body piercings, or any other stuff. This post is just a bit of banter. Sorry for trying to bring some authentic Australian culture to England. That last part I added.
It's a gag, and then you go into the restaurant, and everyone's stacked to the gills with huge boobs.
Yeah. No, I mean, it is a joke, but there's always some truth there. That's a real rapey Outback.
I mean, did he get in trouble? Because
I mean, dude, Outback over there is different. Right? They have like a different logo.
That was a knockoff Outback.
Yeah. So no, I don't think he got in trouble. He's just
is it possible that's a completely fake story that there is no restaurant, or is it definitely...
No, there's a restaurant. I looked it up. Yeah, there's a restaurant for sure.
I mean, they should start a brand new restaurant with all those criteria. It would slay.
It's called Twin Peaks.
Crikeys.
Almost.
Or Hooters. Yeah.
There you go. He also said that people are so stuck up in England. It's like he's like it's like Australia is like it was England 40 years ago. Essentially saying that there's been no progress made there.
Wait, he's saying
He's saying back in Australia, it's like England was 40 years ago.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This
Yeah.
guy's a real one for progress too.
Mhm.
Let's chap his ass. Yeah.
That was Tik Tok International Moment.
All right, thank you, Pat. One more for you guys, and Will, I'm sorry, but you may want to step out of the room for this one, because as a new father of a daughter, the story is not going to help you sleep at night. I can promise you that. So just fair warning, any new dads out there or fathers of daughters, this is not going to be fun.
Girl dads need more reasons to be upset, concerned.
Yeah. I have a quiz for you guys. How old do you think the youngest person to ever give birth was?
Oh man, 13.
10.
12.
You guys are way off. Yeah, the answer is 5 years and 7 months. When a Peruvian girl gave birth back on May 14th, 1939. So all you May 14th babies out there, you're welcome for that bit of knowledge. That girl was thought to have gone through what is called a precocious puberty, when the hormone glands are activated earlier than normal, very early after birth, actually. Of course, her father was...
Yeah, but who did that to her?
Yeah, is
Right,
this like a Pujols thing where he says that he's 19, but he's really like 24?
Nope, she was 5 and 7 months. They arrested her father on a suspicion of sexual abuse, but there was none of evidence, so the biological father was never identified. So that's that one. 5 years, 7 months is youngest. Now here's another fun quiz. Who do you think the youngest couple ever to have a baby was? The combined age.
Well, you said 5 for the woman.
12.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 15. 8 and 7.
I'm gonna abstain from guessing.
Oh,
Okay.
wait, hold on. What did you say? 15, Mark?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you're probably right.
Okay,
It's not a game you want to win.
You're not even gonna
Let me
guess.
get the sick fact out.
See how long you guys can do this.
Definitely 15.
It's 17 years combined. When an 8-year-old girl in China gave birth on January 8th, 1910, the father was a 9-year-old boy. So a fun tidbit for your next birthday, all you January 8th babies. One more quiz. The youngest girl to give birth whose maternal grandfather was the dad. No, we're not going to play that. We're not going to play that game. We're not going to play that game. We're not going to play that game. Sorry. If you want to know, you can look it up on some Wikipedia. It's not great. So, yeah, honestly, not a great list to research. A lot of relatives on there as the dad.
Yeah, you went in depth.
Yeah, but the reason
He was like, "Can we go a little later tonight? Can we start a little later?" I'm pretty
Still looking stuff up about
A little
it.
bit more time.
That is a depressing list, let me tell you. But the reason I've ruined a few birthdays with these facts is that the New York Post is reporting that 11-year-old girl in the UK has given birth, making her the youngest confirmed mother in the UK's history. She was 10 when she got pregnant and gave birth at 11 when she was 30 weeks into the pregnancy. One doctor said that weight and obesity is causing girls to go through puberty earlier, as weight affects the hormones a lot. So it's forcing these girls to go into puberty earlier, and they're having babies earlier. The family
okay, but who keeps assaulting these girls? That's the problem. Whether they go through puberty at 10 or 12 or 13, you're not supposed to be having sex with them.
Nope, you're not. Nope, you're not. You're not, Mark. But I guess that they just are. I don't want to get into the psychology.
Back off.
This seems like a good spot for me to interject with this.
It is.
Speaking of being a potential father to some of these women who are being abused, an old man at Costco over the weekend told he had some Marlboro 100s sticking out of his pockets. He knew what he was talking about. He gave me some good advice. He said, "Start saving up for the rocking chair and extra shotgun right now with the daughter." So, and after hearing this story, I'm going to buy a lot of guns. I'm going to be very prepared.
It's fucked up. So yeah, social services has some questions for the family, because the girl and the family said they had no idea she was pregnant. But for now, the girl and the baby girl are healthy. This breaks the previous record set by Tressa Middleton. And here's a picture of Tressa when she gave birth with her baby. There she is.
She was so happy.
Yeah, she was 12, but was forced to give the baby up after confessing the child's dad was her brother, who sexually assaulted her. And that's going to do it for Hard Factor. Remember, we're going to be on vacation next week. Please send us your favorite shows and segment ideas.
What if
is
you
that?
did that segment to end right before vacation? Like,
Yeah, that's a terrible.
luckily
segment.
we have 4 more cracks. We have 4 more cracks at it Tuesday through Friday. What if you ended
That was the
Friday's show with
last
that?
thing?
Yeah,
Listen,
all right, we'll be back in a week.
Take that as a PSA. It's a PSA to just be extra careful out there because this shit happens. And
Thanks, Wes.
you're welcome.
What
Will
the fuck are you talking
Appreciate
about? This shit
the
happens.
look at it, Pat. You go on Wikipedia and it'll ruin your day like it did mine. It's happening.
Wes's
terrible.
dark stories are so back.
Yeah, very back. You just sent me into an ammo black hole, ammo purchasing black hole.
You're not closing the rest of the week.
I'm gonna be stockpiling ammo crates for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
now.
well, you could buy more guns or just be present in your daughter's life.
Well, both of them. I'm gonna do both.
Right.
I can't take any chances now.
Yeah. August 19th was the oldest for maternal grandfather to be the dad, by the way, for all you August 19th babies out there.
What?
So
You're not saying the age, you're just ruining the date.
270-1480. Send us a voicemail, a review. We'll read them on Friday. Buy a t-shirt.
Nice bonus fact.
yeah, and keep rolling, boys.
Okay. Yeah. Have a great fucking day.